What's going on there, guys? We back with another one, and today I want to talk about the Nashville, Tennessee school shooting, man. First of all, we want to send our prayers out to the families that lost someone in that tragic shooting. And we got OJ Simpson today. He's talking about it, and he talked about how some of the news networks aren't keeping it real. Like the description of the shooter, they're beating around the bush and they're not calling it what it is. So we're gonna let OJ cook right quick, and then I'll be back with my commentary. Check it out.
Hey, Twitter world, is yours truly. Going to talk about the media right now. You know, yesterday we were playing golf, and this guy rode by, and he says, "Hey, man, there's been another mass shooting at a school. A number of 9-year-olds were killed, and some adults were killed. And obviously, your first thought is, Jesus, when is this going to end?" But at the same time, being a black guy, our first, and any black guy to tell you their first thought isn't this, was it a white guy or a black guy? Because you hope it's not a black guy who done it. And obviously, the vast majority of the time, it's a white person who has done it. And the guy says, yeah, it was a white person, and it was a transgender. I'm thinking, man, that's unusual. That's got to be a first, you know. Which way, you know? And the guy didn't know. So I got home and I turned on MSNBC, and they're talking about it, but they never mentioned transgender. They're saying the female name, and they're saying, and this is the first, this is not something that women do. I go to CNN. They never mention transgender. And basically they're saying the same thing, that this is, unusual for a woman to do this. I go to Fox, and while I'm on Fox, I get a friend, it texts me a message, and it's a message that actually is Fox, and it says it was transgender. And I'm wondering why MSNBC and CNN is not telling us that. You know, I thought that's kind of unusual. This is news. I think the general public wants to know everything there is to know about this person. And I don't think this is something that's unusual for a woman to do. Well, I do know it's unusual for a woman to do it. I don't know of any woman that have done anything like this. But I do know they should be saying it's unusual for a transgender to do this, because to my knowledge, this is the first time a transgender person has done what you would call a mass shooting. In any event, I was a little upset at the news. You ain't protecting me. Tell me the facts and let me, decide what I think about it. Isn't that what news is supposed to be about? Giving us the facts. Also, let me go to sports. ESPN1, ESPN2 Sports News. Could you give us a day? Let's get 1 day break from stories about Lamar Jackson and Aaron Rodgers. Look, yesterday I understand Lamar because he asked to be traded. So that's kind of was news, even though, when they didn't sign him and made him, let him become a free agent, unrestricted, I don't know, free agent. That's like saying you're traded. You make your own trade, even though I don't think they're going to ever let him go. They're going to match whatever anybody does. But every day they got different people saying the same thing over. I mean, it's like Groundhog's Day. Come on, guys, enough. When there's news to report something new on these guys, tell us. Don't every day just hammer us with the same thing you told us yesterday. Please. I'm just saying. Sorry to the families in Nashville. It's horrible. God bless you. God bless you, your kids. And the adults. God bless you all. Take care.
So, man, before I give my commentary, I want to say salute to all the officers that responded. You know, there's a couple of videos going around on the internet right now. You have one where the shooter actually pulls in and shoots out the front entrance glass on the doors and comes in and goes all through the school. And then there's a response video that came out and showed how swift those officers acted. So, man, they real life heroes, and hate it for the ones that were lost, and I'm excited about the ones that they were able to save, man. It's just a tragedy to watch, gut wrenching, heart wrenching, however you want to say it. You know, it's definitely difficult to watch, knowing that these parents, 3 9-year-old kids didn't come home yesterday, and I think the adults was over 60. The 3 adults over 60 didn't go home that day either. So you have so many families affected by this, you know, and the students that still traumatized, and all the, you know, other stuff the ones that made it are going to have to deal with. So I want to get that out of the way and give them their kudos. Now OJ brings up an interesting point. You know, don't try to protect me, don't try to hide what you don't want revealed, because that's a cause you really been pushing. Tell us the motive, tell us about the person, and tell us why they may have done it. You know, they're trying to hide that. And, you know, he said that CNN and MSNBC, you know, they were vague on the details, whereas, you know, the Fox News station, they released the identity of the person and that they identified as trans. You know, it wasn't no need to leave that out if it's all on the person's page, you know, and all that. So I see what the juice is saying, and the news, but this is why I never trust the news 100%, because they tell you what they want you to know, and I guarantee you the reporters is someone over them telling them specifically to leave out certain details they don't want. So that I don't trust it, because their interest is always protected with what they allow themselves to report. So if they are protecting the interest and not giving us the unadulterated truth, then hey, you know, what can I say? You know, I can't necessarily believe nothing they say. If they leave, look, half the truth is a whole lie. So that's how we was raised. A lot of us was raised, you know, such thing as a half truth, because you're leaving out key components, and you when you do that, you leave out motive, you leave out reason. You know, all these things are in limbo, and they don't all the pieces don't connect when you start doing that. So I definitely see what the juice is saying, man. Again, I got those families in my prayers, man, and I would say, you know, we got to stop this, but at this point, we know it's going to continue, man. It's sad that at today's time, we looking at, like, you know, just not if it's going to happen, but when and where, who's next, you know. So I have to homeschool my kids, because that's one of the things that I've been worried about ever since COVID ended. You know, I still been worried about with the rise in school shootings. I just had the confidence to send them back. So what I try to do is keep them in activities and everything, so that they're able to still get that social aspect, you know, swimming, gymnastics, different things like that, basketball. Try to keep them involved so that they don't miss that social aspect. At the same time, you know, man, these school shootings, man, it does put a damper in it, because I remember enjoying my school experience. But, man, look, let me know what you guys think in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, peace.